Welcome back to the Ironman, guys. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say if you've noticed that the UI has changed, it changed last episode. I just never mentioned it. I'm trying out Resizable. I've heard it's what is best for PVM, and considering I haven't played the game for about 3 years and done any proper PVM content, I figured if I change now, I'll get comfortable with it. By the time I get to PVM, I'll have the advantages of more field of view in Resizable. So I'm kind of getting used to it. Things might change, and hopefully by the time I get to actual PVM content, I'm comfortable with it. But starting today's episode, we have to do Eagle's Peak, and this is me turning it in right here. So we can now use box traps, so we can hunt CHINCHOMPAS, and there is 63 hunter from that, so we can now actually get them. But I said last episode that I wanted to get 83 hunter with red CHINCHOMPAS. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do that, because I don't have access to Prifdinous. I don't have access to the secret area from the Western Diary, so I have to do the very bad spot. And with 63 hunter, it's going to take a while. I need 8.6k red CHINCHOMPAS to get all the way to 83, and it's going to be very, very slow to start. So I'm not 100% sure how many I'm going to get, but I'm going to get as many as I can until I either hate myself or I have 83 hunter. So I'm going to go start catching them, and you guys will see one or the other. So I just recorded this whole clip you guys are seeing in the background, and I didn't realize my mic wasn't even on. But I could only get 83 hunter once, so you guys can watch that happen in the background. We've got 8,343 CHINCHOMPAS on the way to 83 hunter, which is very, very nice. But before we can even throw these, we actually are going to need to get hold of Void. And I want to be able to get as many points as possible when I'm doing pest control. So if I complete the easy tier of combat diaries or combat achievements, it will let me get 1 more point on each boat that I'm on. And because I don't have access to a 100 combat boat, it's the best thing for me to do. So we're going to go to Barrows. I'll tell you why we're going to do Barrows later on. I'm not going to ruin it just yet. But we want a tank top and tank legs. So we're going to do that. And if we don't get the achievement points by the time we get those, we'll get the rest at the Crazy Archaeologist in the wilderness when we get the rune crossbow. This is the setup you're going to be using for Barrows. We've got a simple range switch. We have Ivan's Blast with everything that we need. I'm literally bringing the Strength and the Berserker Ring just so I can spec out Carol a bit easier. And if I don't kill him with that, I'll just use the Zombie Axe. We get here by the Shades of Morton minigame teleport. Whenever it's up, outside of that, we take the Fairy Ring, which is long for now, to BIP, then we run over. I think Boaty might actually be quicker. So I might actually look into doing Boaty, but I'm not sure. I'll have to see which is quicker, but this is the first Barrows run. See if we get anything good. Well, I got Bolt Racks. So from that last run, we got the Strange Icon, and I believe I can talk to the Strange Old Man, and I will get a lamp that is worth 20k prayer experience, which is pretty hefty. So if we use this now, 20k prayer experience. We was 50 prayer, we're now 52. And we're only 10k off of 53. That's actually insane. This chest is going to be our 13th KC, and I believe it's also going to be the easy tier complete. No item, but there we go. Can't touch me, and that is the full easy tier complete. If I'm not mistaken. Well, not the full easy tier, but we have unlocked it. So we now have access to, I'll show you guys. We're going to get a 5k XP lamp, which is kind of nice, but this is the main thing we wanted. Additional commendation point from successful pest control games. That's what we really care about. The rest of this, maybe it'll be useful later. I mean, of course, like a boss slayer task increase, that's good. More easy clues if I ever want to do easies. But the main thing we wanted for was additional commendation. I've changed my setup to wind wave, and I can just buy blood runes if I don't get enough back from the chests. And it's a lot better. My Carol kills DPS double from using melee. So it's not too bad. Trips are long, but I mean, we've already done 13 KC, so I can't complain. But it got me thinking after I'd done that KC and unlocked the easy combat achievements. My best bet, considering I want to get a couple of pieces from Barrows, now that I can get Void and go Chin and get my range up to make Aram a little easier, because it's terrible with 55 range, I'm actually going to go to Pest Control after I turn in the combat achievements. We're going to get Void, we're going to Chin, then we're going to go back to Barrows, and we're going to get the 2 items that I want, and then we're going to go for the Fire Cape. Or we might do Fire Cape before Barrows. We'll see. But let's turn in these combat achievements. I think I've completed a tier. First time I've done this. Honestly, I had to find out where he even was because I had no idea where he was. We get the hilt. It's not too useful at the moment. We're going to put the lamp in Herblore. But I'm going to go to Pest Control now and do so many games, and I'll see you guys when I have the full Void set. We have done a hell of a lot of Pest Control games. We actually made 141k just from the reward for completing Pest Control. But we now have 850 points, which is enough to get the Void Knight top, to get the Void Knight robes, and then the gloves and the Void Ranger helmet. Now, I've done a bit of DPS calculating, and before I actually chin, I need to get myself the Salve Amulet EI. And for that, well, that's Void first of all. For that, we need Nightmare Zone. I think it's 1.2 million points or 1.25. And we also need to do the Tarn's Lair mini quest. We're going to start with the Nightmare Zone because I hate it. I just want to get it out of the way. So I'll see you guys when I have a ridiculous amount of Nightmare Zone points and how many have it imbued. Oh, I also got 70 defense and 69 strength from Pest Control. So we already have the 800,000 points to imbue the Salve Amulet. I actually originally thought it was 1.2 mil. I'm not sure what made me think that. It was only 800,000, so it didn't take too long. We ended up with 71 strength, and we started at like midway through 69 maybe. So honestly, not too bad. But now we are about to complete the Tarn's Lair mini quest, which is going to allow us to enchant it. And together with enchanting and imbuing it, we're going to have the best possible Salve Amulet on the account, which is very, very nice. I'm not sure if I have to read this for the quest to complete, or maybe it just completes the mini quest. I guess nothing comes up. Yeah, I have now done the Lair of Tarn Razor Law. So I'll see you guys when I imbue and enchant my Salve Amulet. And here we have the Salve Amulet. We use it on the book. It becomes enchanted. We go to our upgrades and we imbue our Salve Amulet. So we now have the EI Salve Amulet. If you guys don't know what it does, basically it makes the accuracy and the damage a bit better on the Salve Amulet, as well as making it so ranged and magic work with the Salve Amulet. That's what both the enchanted and the imbue version do together. I can't remember which one does which part. I think the imbuement is the ranged and magic, and the enchantment's just a bit more accuracy and damage. But this is the set we're going to be using for chinning. I'm going to go get some mixed D-high boots. So when I get to 60 range, I can just put them straight on. But outside of that, this is what we're going to use. It's an unfinished book purely for prayer bonus because we're going to be praying the whole time we're there. I'll probably just record how I'm going to be doing it. I'm not going to show you guys. There's some weird method with bones. I need to figure it out myself. But I'll just put some clips in the background when I'm actually chinning to show you guys what I'm actually doing and how I'm doing it. Obviously, it's going to be Monkey Madness 1 tunnels because we haven't got access to Monkey Madness 2. But the experience rates are still pretty nuts. Turns out we need 69 crafting to be able to do mixed hide boots. So we're not actually going to do those yet, and we'll grab them later. But for now, we are instead going to do snakeskin boots. So we're going to at least have some ranging bonus. It's better than nothing. We can actually use those straight away. So we're going to have these from the get-go. rather than having to wait till 60 range. It wouldn't have been long anyway, because obviously we're already 55. But I'll get the mixed type boots eventually when we actually do crafting training, once we can get super glass make. But now we can officially start chinning, and I'm very excited for it. Skeleton champion scroll. Wow. So we are officially done with chinning. We ended at 79 range. If you guys are wondering, I got range pots from zombies in Tarn's Lair. If you kill zombies between 61 and 80, I think it was a 1 in 23 or a 1 in 25 chance of it dropping a 3-dose range pot. So we got range pots. I didn't get them until I already threw 1k chins. And I'm honestly very disappointed as to how little range experience I actually got. I overestimated it massively. I thought mid 80s, maybe high 80s, but no. Apparently I'm just awful at guessing what I was going to get. It's still a really good range level. When I range pot, I'll have 90 range. I wasn't really going for a high range just to do the fire cape. It was just I wanted 83 hunter. I thought I might as well get range experience at the same time. So this is still a very high range level for going into fight caves, especially considering I'm going to have range pots as well. So now what we're going to do is, before we do the fire cape, we're going to get our Barrow's items in case we get lucky. We might get Carol's crossbow, so we can do that for the fire cape. So there's no benefit to me doing Barrows after, because I'm going for tank legs and tank chest, which won't help in fire caves, but there's a small chance that I get a Carol's crossbow or just a Carol's piece in general for the fire caves. So I may as well do it before. So I'll see you guys when something interesting happens at Barrows. I figured I would make an update as to how Barrows is going. We are currently on 46 KC and we haven't seen a drop. So when we kill all 6 brothers, there is a 1 in 15 chance that we get any unique. And of course we haven't got any at the moment, so anything would be new. But sadly, apparently we're 3 times the drop rate at the moment. But honestly, I don't think it'll be too bad. Along the course of Barrows, because it's such a common drop, it shouldn't be too bad. I might get a couple in a couple KC maybe. But obviously I would like to get out of here as soon as possible, because this isn't exactly efficient the way I'm doing this, but it's the only way I can do it at the moment. Due to, you know, lacking the requirements for Mauritania Hard, for example. I'm obviously getting less runes from the chest, but the magic experience is kind of nice. I'm almost 73 at this point. Almost 77 hit points, and we just reached 29 million total experience as well. And there it is, Carol's crossbow. That's a nice item to get. So the thing that was so strange for me about the Carol's crossbow that we just got, I was sitting here with my other half and I said, like, what KC do you think I'm going to get it on, and what brother do you think the first item's going to come from? And she guessed the exact KC. She said, this KC, you're going to get it? And she said a Carol's item. Then we got Carol's crossbow. And now that I've got that, I might as well just go get the fire cape now, because Carol's like Carol's leather body, whatever it's called, and the legs, they're not that beneficial, but the crossbow is the main thing that, you know, was the benefit of going there before the fire cape. We are going to buy a load of bolt racks. Now, this may not be efficient. You don't get these back when you use them. It's impossible with an Ava's accumulator or anything, so we're going to lose all of these. Apparently 2.5 to 3k bolt racks is enough, so we're just going to buy a load, and then I'll show you my setup for going into the fire cape, and then we're just going to get it done. This is the loadout we're going to be going in with. I'm overkilling it, honestly. We're taking in blood spells, so technically we've got extra food. I feel like this is more than enough for what we need. I wasn't really sure for the food ratio, that's why I kind of wanted to take blood spells, because I don't want to get the ratio wrong. This is what we're going to be running with. The Native's not. It's just better defense and more pro bonus than the Archer helm, and you lose very minimal DPS. That's the reason I've gone for the Native Snot over the Archer helm. But I'm gonna go get the cape, and I'll see you guys after. Now that we have the fire cape, we're going to be going back to barrows because we still want a tank chest and tank legs. I'm not sure if I've actually mentioned it already. If I have, my bad. But the plan is to go on to the moons, perilous moons, whatever they're called, and get. I'm probably going to green log it, to be honest with you, with the bad luck protection there, or like the dupe protection, however it works. I'm definitely going to go there and try to get all of the sets. I'm really excited for it, and apparently defense is really important there, especially for the blood moon. So we're going to be doing that. I will say the first fire cape I done, I got to Jad, and honestly, I just panicked. There's no reason whatsoever. It got to the healer phase. I saw the healing animation, and I just forgot I needed to change prayer, and I just got fucking one banged. It was rough, but you know, it happens. And I got it on the second time easily, as you guys saw the Jag kill. But back to barrow as we go, and hopefully we get a bit lucky. That's a nice drop. It's a shame it's not tank body or tank legs, but we'll take a Guffin's Warspear. Well, we got another item. We're sitting at 79 KC. And not a single item we got I'm actually truly happy with, I guess. Like, don't get me wrong, Carol's crossbow is kind of cool. I didn't need it for the fire cape, but it was useful for the fire cape, I guess, better than the rune crossbow. Guffin's Warspear, I plan to get a SGS at one point, so it's not going to have much use. And Aram's Hood, we all know Aram's Hood is useless. But, I mean, it's the third item. We're on 79 KC. Hopefully we get a bit more lucky, because we're supposed to have about 5 items by now. I've only got 3, and I don't like any of them. Oh my. Oh, that just feels bad. I mean, at least it's not a duplicate, I guess. Well, I was on the phone when I got this, but there's K-Skirt. It's got a bit of a use on the account now, but when I get God D Hide, it will be less useful. Oh, God, that feels bad, man. Well, it's an item. No, it's another weapon. I'm sad. It's not a tank body, but I can't be too upset, I guess, with Derek's Great Axe. Derek's, the full set potentially holds a place on the account and might have some uses. Obviously, I haven't got any other Derek pieces yet, but maybe in the future. And I didn't realize it's worth 2.3 million. It's actually kind of expensive. I didn't really expect many Barrows items to be worth this much anymore. So that's a hefty amount to be added to the bank value. Oh, now that is a nice drop. Well, we finally got a tank plate body, and it took us 239 KC. Honestly, I really wasn't expecting here to be... Oh, sorry. I really wasn't expecting to be here that long, but turns out we was. Overall, I think we were due to see... in one more KC's time, we were due to see 4 more items than we saw, but obviously we didn't. And also, honestly, I feel like I was quite unlucky in the items I got outside of Verex's plate skirt and Torag's body. Obviously, Guffin's plate legs were nice, but we got a lot of items that just don't have much of a use, like Arim's hood, 2 Arim staff, 3 Carol's skirt. You know, it's going to be useful for a little bit, but they get replaced later, and I don't plan on using them much, realistically. But we're done with barrows now, which means we can start moons. But I think there's a load of quests, well, not a load, 2 or 3 quests we have to do before. And I also think I want to unlock Kingdom, and I want to do as many Varric diaries as possible before I go to moons, because they drop loads of water orbs. And if I can buy my daily battle staffs, then craft them, then alch them, I'm going to be making profit every day. And we need money for Kingdom. At the moment, money's not looking great. I'll show you the bank. We're sitting on 856k, but that's enough to get us started. But we need a steady income whilst we're doing moons, and because there's no kind of money that comes from it other than water orbs if you use them on battle staffs, we're kind of going to have to figure it out. But either way, we're going to have to do the moons quests, and then the Throne of Miscellanea quest I'll think about. Not fully decided as to whether or not I'm going to do it yet. But that's where we're going to end today's episode. I'm just happy to have barrows done. We're not going to come back here for a long time. It's a shame we didn't get something like the Carol's leather top whilst we're here. That's probably the most useful item there. Aram's is nice, but obviously we're going to get Moon's gear, so we can use that instead for a long time until we need Aram's. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.